Welcome back to the news at noon. In today's Monday Movie Musings, Matt Perrin takes a look at Night School and shares his thoughts.
Welcome to another Monday. It was a weekend of disappointments. None of the football games went my way, but more importantly, I was all excited for Robert Redford's last film, The Old Man and the Gun, which they were advertising here, but alas only opened in 6 theaters, meaning that Columbia has a long wait in front of it. Probably will be November before we are able to take that one in. So I was left with a choice of 2 films that were both destroyed by critics. Hellfest seemed interesting, but I didn't think the powers that be would enjoy that review so much, so I went with the box office winner. Kevin Hart is hit or miss for me, and I have yet to laugh uncontrollably at Tiffany Haddish, so I didn't have the highest hopes going in, but here's my take on Night School. Our movie begins with Teddy Walker, played by Kevin Hart. After dropping out of high school, he has done well enough for himself. He is the head salesman at a barbecue store and poised to take over the business. He has a wonderful girlfriend who he successfully proposes to. Unfortunately, through a slapsticky series of events, he manages to destroy the store and land himself jobless. His best friend is a financial advisor who can get him a job at his firm if he manages to acquire his GED. So Teddy heads to the title of the movie, Night School. Attending at his old high school, he runs into the principal, Stuart, played by Taran Killam. They were enemies back in high school, and Stuart is not about to make this easy for him. Teddy also meets Carrie, a no-nonsense teacher played by Tiffany Haddish. She isn't about to let him schmooze his way through the class and bears down on him along with his colorful group of misfit fellow students. As the group struggles to learn, they concoct several scams to make life easier, all of which obviously backfire. As the movie progresses, we see that the group has to seriously buckle down to achieve their goals, especially as it becomes apparent that Teddy suffers from a basket full of learning disabilities that mean conventional learning can go right out the window as far as he's concerned. Struggling to take in the material to get the job that he wants rather than his new dead-end job that he has, Teddy must bring his A game. We as the audience get sucked into the shenanigans that follow, chuckling a good bit, but also hoping for the best. So, what to say about this one? As I mentioned, I didn't have the highest of hopes walking into this, which weren't elevated throughout the first 30 to 45 minutes of the film because it actually takes that long to get to the night schooling. But once it gets there, the movie actually becomes pretty enjoyable. Seeing Kevin Hart be Kevin Hart in the most slapsticky way imaginable isn't that entertaining. But Kevin Hart interacting with Tiffany Haddish and the rest of his classmates brings some definite humor to the screen. I said before that I wasn't the biggest fan of Haddish, but she does really well in this film. I was worried from the beginning that anything humorous in the movie had been shown in the trailers, but in fact there are plenty of other things in the film that get you chuckling out loud. Although that being said, the funny parts in the trailers actually use much funnier dialogue than what they used in the film. All in all, it's a cute film with a couple twists. Some parts are laugh out loud funny, but definitely not the whole movie. This one can wait for home viewing, but at the same time, I walked out of the theater much happier with it than I expected going in, so it's got that going for it. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, and stick with us because Tyler has one last look at your forecast after the break.